Today on Max's Tech Lab, we will be finishing off this demo of a real-life switchboard / electrical system. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so make sure and go and watch part 1, because then you know what we're building, what this is, and what the point of this is. Wanting the terminal block for the input and output to go in, because I can't put it through the meter, because that meter is an old one that is out of service now. So here I've got the wire run, putting in the RCD and 2 MCBs. So you can see I've wired in the negative and positive. Now because this was DC, it only needed positive and negative, so I decided to use the earth core in this cable as the negative as well. So at the top there I'm putting a jumper for the positive, so it goes into the top of those MCBs. And I put the last 3 MCBs in, and I put the covers on just to see what it would look like. So here I'm unscrewing the light switch, put back box to drill holes for the cables, so you can see. Now I can feed the cables through. So I drilled 4 holes, an input for both switches and an output for both switches. So here, now I'm just labeling the cables so I know which one goes where. Now this one is for the PowerPoint. I didn't have anything to put in the light switch, so I just thought about putting the PowerPoint on it. So I just did that. So the light switch still had some sort of purpose. So here I'm wiring the first light switch into the fuse and the negative into that negative bus bar. I'm putting in the negative into the negative bus bar after I hot glued it onto the wood because I had no way to screw it in. Now I'm just running the cable around the back for the feed and tying in all the cables from the light switches and that sort of stuff. Then I had to drill a hole for the PowerPoint as well, like I did on the light switch. Screwed it back down, fed the cable through, and then I measured it out, cable tied it down, stripped the wires back, and then terminated them. then you can't really see it because it was a bit out of frame, but I put the cables into the PowerPoint and then forgot to put them through the hole, so I had to redo that, and that PowerPoint looks pretty nice. Then here I just have my cable ties. I'm just cable managing. Okay, so here I'm wiring up the plug. This is 12 volt DC. I do not recommend following my instructions for wiring 240. Always get a qualified electrician. So then that just goes into a connector block so I can hook up different things. I had to label it 12 volt DC to make sure that no one plugs that into anything that they shouldn't have, like 240. And you can see on the PowerPoint I wrote 12 volt DC. Then here I just wired in the input. Okay, so the whole system is now done. I'm just going to wrap this end bit in some electrical tape so that the cable can't get pulled out of this plug. So I'll run you through the whole system in a second. So basically, we have power coming in through this 12 volt cigarette lighter, because if you didn't know already, I'm running this entire system on 12 volts. So the PowerPoint says 12 volts up there, and this cable is labeled 12 volts because I'm planning on sticking this into the wall. So here I have this little USB converter thing. So it goes from 5 volts to 12 volt cigarette lighter. That comes from the USB into here. That goes in there, goes up into the terminal block that's under here, goes out into this, goes into this RCD. The RCD goes and jumps at the top. Let me try and get a better view for you actually. Power comes in, goes into this box, goes out into this RCD, like so. Goes out the top, jumps into these two. These two come down. This one goes down into this cable, which goes into this light switch, which just goes into this switch, which has nothing on it right now. This one goes out, down around here, and up into this one. Just because I could, I just made it this one. Switch this panel. So then that one's down around here, then into this one, to this one, which comes down out of here into this one in the middle, into this switch, back up into there, into the middle. Fuse goes out, jumps around, comes back, goes down this cable, which goes to the PowerPoint. And you can see the 12 volt DC. So yeah, that is basically the whole thing wired up. So yeah, that is the whole system done. The meter, the switches, the PowerPoint, the light switches, everything. So I hope you enjoyed, learned something new through these 2 episodes. Or learn how your house is wired or something. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.